Okay, everybody. So I had a few questions on uh, how to do number three. So number three, what you're going to do. So part three, what you're going to do is you're going to graph with the Google Sheet. Okay. So make sure you have a Google Sheet open in another tab, just like I do right here. Okay, so there's my Google Sheet, labeled it Graphing Practice. Um, If you can, watch the video first. I know many of you aren't going to do that and going to watch this instead. That's fine. But let's read the directions. Okay, follow directions in the video for the first 5 minutes to produce a scatter chart for the following data in a Google Sheet. You will have to first copy and paste the data in a Google Sheet. Okay, to do that, to do that, to copy and paste this data, just select it. You can do right click, copy, go to the Google Sheet, right click, paste. Okay, I'm going to show you another way to do that. So all I did, we'll finish with the first way. All I did was select the data, right click, copy, then go to my Google Sheet, right click, paste. Okay, that's all I did. All right, delete that, get rid of these cells, and then I need to delete cells, shift left. All right. Now, if you want to make the directions say make a chart by adding titles for the chart and each axis. Add a trend line as well. Copy and paste your finished chart here. Okay, we got the data. The data, I copied it in here, and that's the data. What you're going to do is select all of the data, including the numbers. And we forgot something here. For circumference, we need units. Okay, units are important. We don't make numbers. That's going to be in cm. Let me uh, let that fit all on one line. There we go. Looks nicer when it fits like that. Select all of this, okay, and then you're going to go. Once you select all of it, you're going to go Insert, Chart, okay, and immediately it gives you this chart. And you can change the chart type. Okay, we have all these different chart types. What you want is the one it gives you right away, the scatter chart. So this drop down menu, you can change the different. If I ask for a different type of chart, you can change it, but I only want a scatter chart for right now. So let's stick with that one. Okay, so scatter chart. Okay, now let's change our title. Let's make our title a little better. Okay, and I'm just gonna double click here, and let's delete this and write a better title. Let's say better title. Let's say relationship between circumference. Actually, how about we say diameter? No, circumference. And diameter. And how about you put your name too? I'll put my last name. Actually, wait a second. No, that's fine. How about relationship between circumference and diameter? Okay, that looks good. Okay, are we done? No, we're not done because we need to add titles. Do we need to add titles? No. It gives us the y-axis title and the x-axis title immediately. So you're done with that part. Add a trend line as well. Trend line. Okay, how do we add a trend line? Well, go to customize. Okay, customize. So make sure that little green bar and it's lit, the color changes to green when you click on it. Okay, so go to customize, go to series, and go to trend line, and it adds the trend line for you. You don't. That's all. That's really all you need to click. Add trend line, or just that checkbox for trend line here. Okay, this checkbox for trend line. This is all you need to click right here. Okay, so let me show that again. Okay, let me delete the trend line. Delete it. Okay, delete the trend line. Okay, one more time. If you get clicked out of your chart for any reason, click on it and click on these three vertical dots. Go to edit chart. Okay. Go to customize series. Maybe you can see this a little better. One more time. Three dots, right? Click on that. Click on edit chart. Click on customize. No, we want series, not legend. Series. Trend line, click that checkbox, trend line. And it puts the trend line in there for you. That's all you need to do. Okay. Are we done? Yeah, it looks like we're done. You know what? I really want you to put your last name here. But I'll put Strolovich now. Yeah, Strolovich. It's our last name. And then your last name and then the date, just like that. All right, now we need to get this copied in here. So you go back to our chart, click on these three dots, copy chart, go back to our worksheet, put the cursor in there, put it at the bottom, and then right click, paste. If you want to do that with the keystrokes, it's the same way. Click on this, Control C, just did that, Control V. I find that much easier if you want to use the keystrokes. It's super fast. All right, but you can easily make mistakes. Let me show that one more time. So if you get clicked out of it, your chart for whatever reason, if you click on a cell by accident, whatever, like see how I'm clicking on these cells, like I misclicked. Okay, click on your chart, and you'll know when it's clicked on. You see these, the border lights up with these 9 dots, or not 9, these 8 dots around it. Click on these 3 vertical dots, copy chart, go back to here where our information is going to be, or where your worksheet is. Right click, paste, and you're done. You're done with part 3. I'll show you how to do part 2, how to graph by hand, in a different video because I think I need to use my camera for that. Okay, so for part 1, okay, you're gonna have to watch that video, and it gives you all the information. It did not give you this information. Okay, did not give you this information, so I'm giving you that right now. And I gave you some information here, so if you want to use this, that's fine. The graph axis labels, that's the y and the x axis, so you should have titles for each variable with corresponding units. So for example, if we're changing the amount of fertilizer we're adding to our plant, that's our, which one is it? That's the independent variable. Okay, that's the independent variable. And that's going to be on the x-axis. And I put the units to grams. This is why units are important. Okay. And we're going to be measuring, okay, so we're going to be measuring the dependent variable, which is the plant growth. And we're measuring that in centimeters. That goes on the y-axis. So it's an example of what goes how to measure, not how to measure, but how to correctly um, type in the information for each axis. So again, the graph should tell you, the title should tell you everything you need to know about the graph. All right. So if we're studying fertilizer and plant growth, you would not just say plant growth. Okay, you would just say like correlation of fertilizer and plant growth, or correlation between fertilizer to plant growth. Okay, so it would not just be one word like plant growth. It would be like a little phrase or statement. That's what your title should be. It wouldn't be just data. Okay, so look how the graph that I just made, it doesn't just say data. It says relationship between circumference and diameter. All right. So back up here. The graph should tell you everything contained on the graph. So if I was going to make a graph of fertilizer and plant growth, I would have my title be a correlation between fertilizer to plant growth. Your trend line or your best fit line, that's the average of your data, okay, should not extend past this. So the way it does it on, I don't know if you can change it on sheets where it extends past the data. I don't know if we can change it to where it stops here. Haven't played around with that. I'll do that later, see what it looks like. Yeah, so best fit line is an average of the data. What we want to do, so when you make your scale, okay, so let's see if I can show you here. Do I have a good scale? Look at the scale here. All right, so this scale is linear. It increases by the same amount to each next grid line, right? So each major grid line, it increases by the same amount. So 0 to 5 to 10 to 15 to 20, and this is probably 25 here. So 5. The difference between each one is 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay. Does it do the same way on the y-axis? Well, look, 0, 20, 40, 60, 80. It's going by 20. 20, 20, 20. Let me show 20, 20, 20, 20. All right. 5, 5, 5, 5. It's increasing the same amount on the x-axis, right? Now it doesn't have to increase the same on both, but as long as it's increasing the same, it's consistent for each one separately. So it increases the same, increasing linearly 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay, so um, that's why the scaling is important. We don't have all these crazy numbers. So we want the differences between each grid line to be the same. How about we change that? Each grid line to be the same. And it looks like it wants me to correct the grid line here, so I'll just change it to that. Okay, I'll see if I can make a video doing graphing by hand. If there's any parts you want to go back and look and pause and to see how I did something, you need to do that. All right. So hopefully this has been helpful. I'll go ahead and stop it. Figure out how to do that.